What is going on, toy fans? Good tidings, good tidings. Hope you're well. This is another episode of the Plastic Action UK podcast, coming back at it like a bad habit. And today we're going to be talking about what it's like collecting in the UK and how shit it is. Yeah, it ain't fun at all. And to moan with me on Skype is, of course, our lovely captain, who now has a full beard. It is Karl Smallridge. Plastic Snaps, how are you? No, not Plastic Snaps, or Plastic Action. There's too much plastic going on. Change your names, goddammit. Sorry, Simon. Plastic Action himself. And, of course, as always, our diorama builder, connoisseur, it is Mr. Tom Green of Tom's Dioramas. Hello!
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Creamy gussets to you all. How are we? You all right?
Not too bad, mate.
I've got about 2-3 sets of headphones going on here because my what do we call it? Wireless ones are about to die, and I forgot to take them off my neck. So let me get them off.
Bad drills.
Damn things. Anyway, right, let's crack on. Well, as it says, not really related on toy photography. We're just going to chat shit about the woes of UK collecting. Hope you don't mind. We'll try and keep it entertaining. That's a bar. I thought, well, we might as well just do what most podcasts do and start with, let's just, go into what things we picked up recently. We'll quickly gloss over our lovely little pickups. So, Tomo, you picked up something today, didn't you?
I did, and it's right next to me now.
How convenient.
Here he is. It's almost like we planned it.
Oh,
and it's
look.
by magic.
Yeah, I've grabbed a Mafex Venom number. What is he? Let me grab the box. Number 88.
88 miles per hour. Shout out to Simon, who just put out a Back to the Future ACBA shot. Looks pretty fire. Anyway, carry on, Tom.
Yeah, fuck him. No, it's a pretty good fig. In fairness, it's a little bit short.
Yeah.
That's literally the only, this would have been it still is the best Venom figure, in fairness.
Yeah.
I've owned quite a lot of Venom figures, and this is the best one I've had. But he's about 1/4 inch too short. But
yeah,
he's got incredible bugs.
Oh,
look at those!
Yeah.
That's America's ass.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of reviews, and they all said, "Oh yeah, but it's based on the first appearance," and it's like, just whatever. We want him bigger.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
Venom,
no matter what you base him on, he's too short.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, give me a first appearance crap. I don't care. I just want him bigger.
Even first appearance Venom was bigger.
Yeah, when he looks like an SHF next to the Marvel Legend version, then no. Come on.
I mean, they've got the bulk right. He's.
Yeah.
I don't want a huge Venom, jacked up on roids.
No.
Bulk wise, that's perfect. He's a really good size. It's just the height.
I like that.
It's just literally another 1/4 inch taller. 1/8 inch on the calves and 1/8 inch on the thighs, and that would have been the be all and end all. Because obviously, as far as I'm concerned, it's the best Spider-Man 6-inch figure you can get.
100%.
And if I line him up in a kissy pose now. There is not much in it.
No.
Size-wise, he's nice though.
Not much.
Size-wise, they've got the bulk spot on.
Yeah.
He just needs to
be that towering over.
Tiny. He needs to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not there. That's all it needs. Is that tiny little bit extra, and this would be. That Spider-Man was a game changer. I think.
Yeah, big time.
And this could have been, but they've just fallen just slightly short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get another version. I mean, we're getting a re-release of the Spider-Man in the cell shaded, aren't we? Maybe I don't know. I doubt they might do anything with the buck. They want to recycle the buck and maybe just give a different paint job. But I always thought I slept on the figure. I wish I did get him, but I was tempted if I did get him to give him just a light glossy coat so he looked a bit wet. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that would a lot of the time I like the import figures because they don't have that inherent glossiness that say a Marvel Legends has. Yeah. But I think with Venom you can get away with it a little bit more.
Because a symbiote
Yeah.
is meant to be like a wet, glossy,
Yeah.
material.
But at the same time, at the start, it was kind of drawn as just almost like a black suit,
Yeah.
And this is kind of this is almost like it's not even really Todd McFarlane because that was a bit bigger. I'd almost say this is like Mark Bagley, like the Maximum Carnage run.
Yeah.
And it's got, I don't know if it'll pick it up on this or not, but it's got like really nice like blue shading throughout.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's got a very light tint
No, I
of
can't
blue.
see it.
Yeah.
It's really subtle. Like you can see it quite clearly in person, but I think on camera it's quite hard to pick up. But it's got really nice shading throughout. The paint job's clean. I mean, there's not much to it, but I mean, you've got the shading over the thing, and then you've got a bit of white. But the spider logo's done really well.
Yeah. It's all nice and clean.
Yeah.
No bleed.
No, there's no bleeding anywhere. It gets a little bit choppy around like the centre, but it's where the two halves join. Like, there's only so much you can do there, really. But all in all, I mean, I hated that Marvel Legends Venom.
It wasn't great.
Mainly because I hate the buck. I hate that Hyperion buck.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's got like a shelf for the abs. I mean, it's like a bloody Rob Liefeld drawing, It's just
one sec. Yeah.
really poorly done. Whereas everything on this, like anatomy-wise, it looks really good. And like I say, I love the bulk. It's got good weight to it as well, in fairness. Like, it's not a light figure. It's got a decent bit of weight. It's just ever so slightly too short. But, I mean, I'll forgive it for that because it is probably the best, like, out of all the Venom figures I've had, and I've had, like I say, I've had a lot of Venom figures. I think this is probably the best one I've had.
Yeah. Articulation and posing alone, easily.
Articulation is amazing. Like, it's got everything you could want.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Nicely done.
If people are on the fence, I would say just get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like, this. I think they're still available, or I don't think any pre-orders have completely gone yet.
No, I think there's still a few places, especially in the UK, that have still got them. It's certainly, it hasn't sold like Spider-Man did, where, I mean, like the Spider-Man figure, like this guy is going for crazy money now.
Easily, yeah, I can imagine.
And I know they've got the new version on the way, but I don't like the paint job on that.
No. I prefer the shadiness on this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it. You could join in, Karl, but you're not cool enough to have it. But
Not a big Spider-Man fan.
No.
Well, it's all right. Like, everyone needs a loser in the group, but I think. But
we'll get to you in a minute.
But like I say, I think it's not a game changer like the Spider-Man, but it's a solid figure.
Yeah, no, fair play. Fair play. Go on in, Karl. Show off your Deadpool.
Mr. Soft.
What did you pick up recently? Call me.
Where's the muscles?
Yeah. Where's the
Does he have
gunpowder?
muscles?
He has muscles, yeah.
Does he
He's
have
not ripped. He's more bulky than the Figma one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like a comparison of the two would be good. So is that the Figma or that's the Mayfix right there, yeah?
That's the Mayfix, yeah. So he's a bit more bulky. He's actually probably more in line with the Marvel Legends, especially for weight. He's a lovely weight. He does feel good.
Like I was saying with the Venom as well, like they've got a good solid feel to them.
The only thing is, you got like small paint defects all over him, especially on the arm. I don't know if you can see the black on the arm.
Yes, I can actually, just underneath on the tricep.
Yeah, and there's also, I think there's some on the buckle there, and it's just all over it really. But I love Deadpool. He's probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I agree.
He's apart from Batman, he's the only comics I really collect. So yeah, no, I was chuffed to bits when I got him, and he works really well on a shot. He looks really cool, and compared to. So
it's like a morgue for figures.
Hey?
It is. Let me go to
Forward.
draw 17.
Has he got a toe tag? Oh my god, the Figma looks like he's got tits.
How you doing?
Damn.
I will say that the Mayfax makes the Figma look really shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Obviously the articulation on the Figma is just amazing because it's just how they're made for it, aren't they? But I have to say, I am thrilled with getting this back. No matter, even with the defects, even with all the little bits, even with the really fucking tight.
Oh, I can't even listen to it.
My favourite figure.
No.
Yeah. And I got the Punisher recently, and I got a Vortex toy range. You know the Vortex Ranger. Vortex toys.
Was that from the light?
I got
Vortex. Have you got it on hand? I'm about to see it actually. Oh,
draw 32.
So
shit.
Oh,
Okay.
I tried to buy the hoodie from that last week on eBay and I missed it.
Ah, shit.
I fell asleep. I wanted it for a Marvel Legends Luke Cage.
That would have been tight.
They're really quite cool. He's got cool boots on him. Look, see.
Damn, is that 112 then?
It's quite good. It's a bit small figure compared to. Oh, where are we?
Human beings vary in size. I'm 6'6", for fuck's sake. I'll be a 7-inch figure.
So that's all the height difference.
In some places, Ben, you'd be a 7-inch figure.
Hey, 7 inches is enough, baby.
So yeah, thrilled. And
That's just in the tip.
considering I got Punisher recently, I still think he's probably one of my favourite figures I've got.
Yeah, we're saving Punisher for next time because I ain't got mine yet. So be quiet.
Fuck you.
He's over in the in that section.
Well, that's good for you, Karl, but mine is right here.
Oh, fuck off.
Frank.
I did like the necks attached.
Yeah, that I know. It's annoying. I was hoping to get a comic book head. Yeah, you can see your own reflection. Look, hello. But yeah, so this was one of mine. Came today. Tom should be getting his in a couple of days. And yeah, I can't wait to bust this baby out. Probably going to shoot a review next week. Put it away, Karl. Fine, whip yours out.
Hey?
Oh, I haven't got mine out of box yet, you showy off bastard. You ruin it.
But it is a really, really good looking figure.
Yeah, it's badass.
The head and the neck, though, I just think it's
almost as good as the abrasions that I painted on my Captain America. But anyway, carry on.
Good though. Yeah. Apart from that, so it's been a good week. Good week figure wise.
But I tell you, I have seen people do a bit of a neck swap. Use the Mezco Doctor Strange neck.
Okay.
And then put like a custom head on top of the Punisher.
Yeah. Did you see the?
Sorry, go on, Karl. I was going to say there's one Mezco that came with a joint. There was a neck separation. Where it came with like the head and the neck with two separate pieces.
Some ones do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen when people want to use like the comic book Punisher head.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, you could probably just clip the Punisher comic book neck on top as well. Like if you can pop that out.
Yeah.
And just pop it all together.
Just need the whole figure.
I mean, I'm happy enough. I think you get enough with the you don't get as much, obviously, but I think you'd get enough for what you need.
Yeah. This is a absolute must-have. For me, they kind of went a bit downhill with the comic book Daredevil. The suit just didn't look like it fitted. Not the comic book Daredevil, the suited
Netflix.
But they metal on this one.
The face
I think
amazing.
Yeah. If anyone wants to get that in the UK, get it now because I've spoken to 2 retailers.
Yeah.
That literally had their allocation filled and that was it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They had nothing else in stock.
No.
And the rumor at the minute is that Disney might be bringing the Netflix shows back to Disney Plus next year.
Oh, they're not going to just recast them and reboot them. They're actually going to bring them back.
I read somewhere. Didn't they have to wait 2 years or something?
Yeah, they had a 2-year clause on their thing, and there was an interview about two weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Where they said they were looking at doing it, but it wouldn't be till tail end of 2020 before they could even like commit to it. But the fact they're even talking about it
good
means that if that show comes back on, that figure is going to jump in price.
Yeah.
So if you're even half
Easily.
tempted on it, grab it now.
I mean, they can get away with the grittiness because you look at the trailer for The Mandalorian, the Star Wars. That's going to be like gritty as hell. That ain't going to be for kids, you know what I mean? So they're going to go for some adult content on Plus. 100%.
That show looks great. That Mandalorian, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
But again, we still haven't got any announcement for Disney Plus over here. Another UK getting shafted.
Yeah, exactly.
Situation.
Yeah. You get the tail end of it all here. Oh, just on the last of the pickups, which I will show off, is with the box for it. I did manage to get that Japanese Hulk.
Oh yeah,
the boot. It's not a bootleg, but it's not a bootleg because it's an official piece of merch. It just looks like a Japanese version of their Titan series, crappy jumpsuit Hulk from Endgame. And I'm not going to lie, the figure is trash. It's 100% trash. The articulation. Yeah. Only reason why people are jumping on this is because so they don't have to wait around for the Diamond Select version of this guy or the SHF version, because it's right here. Size-wise, it's, that's foot to foot next to the SHF Infinity War. So it's a little bit up there. They made him a little bit shorter in the film anyway. And so this works in your displays because Hulk really didn't have much going on in that final battle. Like you saw him running and then he punched one thing and tossed that, and that was it. You didn't see him again.
Hulk was massively underplayed over those two films.
Hugely. Such a letdown on that part. So with this, I got it purely so I can do the burnt arm. I'm going to sculpt all the burn marks from where he had the gauntlet on, completely give him a black wash and matte spray so it's all matted down, detail up his face a bit. And then, he'll work in the background of some of the shots. He won't be in the foreground. He does have two interchangeable hands, which is cool. But, like, for instance, how ugly that joint is. It's fucking terrible.
It's a bit of an eyesore.
The shoulders, if you can see it there, it's starting to rub.
Yeah, I can see that in the
mark. Just from moving it around, it's catching on this sharp edge. So it really isn't great. The head's not even on there isn't. It's just solid lump of plastic. So
one of those.
It is actually like a Japanese version of the Titan series, where it's like basically for kids. But the only one, the Thanos, which I do have as well. The saving grace on the Thanos is he came with the regular ungauntleted forearm, and he also had the movie accurate sword as well. But just the shade of purple is a bit too vibrant from what he actually is. So, but I got him just to customize the arm, so that'll be the next custom project, and it'll be nice in the background. Have my endgame lineup because I can't be asked to shell out for the Diamond Select's going to be just gigantic, and the SHF is just going to be too pricey for a figure that I didn't really give a shit about him in that outfit at all. I thought that was just underplayed and wasteful. So, this little cheapo from Japan will do me just fine.
Yeah, that's the fun. That SHF is going to be a lot of money for something that had nothing viable to bring.
No, not at all. Not whatsoever. That'd be my pickups. And I think that
Carl's got to put drawers 17 and 18 away.
My OCD.
I just want to give you a little puff of cold air as you close them. That's it. Back on ice.
Have you ever thought about buying a shelf and actually displaying stuff?
Hey, no. I've got kids.
Got a display?
I've got kids.
Yeah.
I've got a 3-year-old. Do you know what? I'm not going to display anything. No, this is it. Everything's in here.
Just packed away in storage.
I tell you, once I got my she was 5 at the time, and she was taking. I had all on shelves. I thought it was quite up high, but if you stand on the back of the sofa and you reach up, she could get them off. And I just found her there. She's playing with my figure arts. You think,
no.
They're not Marvel Legends. No, just put them back. Put them back down. So they live in boxes now.
See, my kids have always been spot on with mine, though.
My kids just want to play with them because they're awesome, and they are awesome. And I can't blame the girls for wanting to play with these figures, because if I was a kid, I'd want to play with these because they look amazing.
Yeah.
But she can't. It's
No.
not
better than this. Do you remember this? I found this guy recently.
Ah,
Old
old
Kenner
school.
Terminator with
Tranny Terminator.
yeah. Oh, does it actually work? Yeah. Fuck you. And his arm could come off. The battle damage version. Yeah. So this is the one that Necker have just done a tribute to. So yeah, I remember having this, the vehicle that shot a rocket. So this, obviously, for kids, you can throw it about and do anything. But obviously, these lovely things, never in a kid's hands, never. So no. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about. Well, I say talk. I say we're more like moan about the difficulties and the perils and the pitfalls that it is trying to be a collector in the UK. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're international, it ain't easy at all. We don't have gigantic, massive superstores with silly names on every corner street, Target, Walmart, Hot Topic, whatever you call them. I'm surprised the freaking DMV in America doesn't sell Marvel Legends at this point. They seem to be showing up in every single store. Where here, it's an extremely different situation. We only have a few handful, if that, of chain walk-in shops, and one of them was Toys R Us, and that collapsed on its ass. Next to a bunch of small, tiny, independent comic shops. There really isn't many physical stores we can go to collect. Majority of our collecting now is basically online. Thankfully, we do have quite a few decent online retailers that are able to get a lot of this import stuff in. And then, of course, the two big ones being Amazon and eBay. But so being a collector in the UK is an absolute struggle and a half, especially when, even with Marvel Legends, so like with Marvel Legends with Hasbro UK, obviously at one point last year they were doing their roulette, which wave are we going to drop in which country? Oh, let's drop the SPDR wave in the UK. Oh, let's drop this wave out in Canada, and they'll just show up. But 80% of the time, they're showing up in American stores one way or another. And we're probably one of the last to get them. By that time, all the reviews are done and all the shots you want to do with them have already been done too. And better than how you would put them together.
Yeah,
So,
that's always the worst bit.
Yeah. So it ain't fun at all. What's the most difficult thing, Tom, what's the biggest struggle you've had getting something in? And what was it, if you can narrow it down?
Anybody got a test card?
Oh, Tom, you there?
Tom's gone. He's
gone from this one. He can't get.
He's just walked off. He's done enough.
He dies on the Infinite Articulation podcast, and he's just copped it here as well.
That's it.
But I think he's actually just walked away rather than disconnected.
He's back in the building.
No, sorry, I had to grab something.
I just saw Ruben. He said,
Was it a pair of boobies? Was it worth it?
No, not at all. It was quite a large spider running up my wall.
fair one. No, I understand. That's fine.
Chuck him in a toy shop. There you go. Tangible.
Catch it now before it runs away and I can't find it again.
Lays babies everywhere. Yeah. So, did you catch the question, Tom?
No, I missed that bit.
If you can remember, if you can narrow it down, what was the most difficult thing? What's the most trouble you've had getting a figure that you wanted, and it's been a struggle trying to get it in? And if you can remember which one it was.
Well, there's no shortage. That's the problem. Like, at the minute, the biggest struggle for me is Jubilee.
Yeah, that'd be one.
I'm trying to complete like the Jim Lee / cartoon X-Men lineup.
Yeah.
The whole wave got released over here, apart from Jubilee.
Yeah.
The only places that got it over here got import stock from America, and that's all we've had. We've had no general release whatsoever.
No,
and the same is happening again at the minute with Nightcrawler.
Oh, really?
And I got mine on an import. But I think that's meant to be hitting early next week.
Okay.
Next week, bear in mind, we're filming this on Thursday, so by the time it actually goes out, it might already be released. But That's been the same again. It's not so much Hasbro UK's fault. It's more the fact that Hasbro UK aren't being supplied by Hasbro.
Yeah.
To actually release these figures.
No, that's right.
Because there's no other reason apart from the fact that we're obviously a smaller market than, say, America and possibly China, say.
Mm-hmm.
So the popular figures are getting pushed to the bigger markets.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no other reason why we would have, like, the whole wave. Like, the last X-Men wave, we had every figure released bar Jubilee.
Yeah.
Which never saw general release. And for the people that collect the whole waves,
yeah,
it's even worse because there's a bath part that they're missing.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a nightmare to pick up. And for me, I don't really collect the baths. I just want that Jubilee to finish my general basic Jim Lee X-Men team.
Yeah. No, it's a complete pain, mate. It really is. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, fuck off. First the Punisher, now Jubilee.
I pre-ordered mine, and where was I get mine from? Was it Comics or Cocktails, or either Comics, Cocktails, or In Demand Toys? And they said that only the pre-orders would be filled with the import stock they had, and anyone pre-ordering, like, they wouldn't get single. You wouldn't be able to buy a singly. But and I've already lost a pair of glasses for her. They're rolling around on my floor somewhere. But yeah, it's I feel for you, man. It's stupid if you can't, if you're just buying them off the shelves, or if you didn't get to pre-order the wave, and not everyone pre-orders a wave, and I understand fully why, or if they're just trying to get them for their kids or anything like that, and they, it's impossible. That one figure.
That's it. I wish I had pre-ordered the wave for that, to be honest. And I wasn't even that fussed on. I don't even remember what the bath was, to be honest.
Oh, Caliban.
Oh yeah, like that was. I didn't want fucking Caliban, but
no.
I wanted Jubilee.
Yeah.
Like all I wanted Beast, Gambit, Jubilee. That's all I wanted. I've got Beast and Gambit. I picked them up off the shelf, believe it or not. But why can't they get Jubilee out?
I don't understand it. It's not like they're short of them. I thought they'd manufacture the same amount for everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
this is it. I thought they made them by the case.
Yeah.
But to this day, months after them releasing, I'm still trying to track Jubilee down, basically.
Yeah.
And at the minute, you're looking at about 30 quid in the UK for a single, like, a loose figure.
That's just ridiculous. I'll charge 40. Oh yeah, no, it's, speaking on prices, I saw someone try to sell Rogue for like 65 quid, and I was like, you make me sick. I've seen
Rogue go for 70, 80 quid. Like,
it's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
So you say the same thing's happening with Nightcrawler in this current wave?
Yeah.
We should be getting a...
Yeah. Apparently that's coming next week.
Okay.
At the minute is what I spoke to a couple of retailers, and that is coming next week.
Rectifying
at the minute, but they've said that a few times before.
Yeah.
With things, I remember back in March, I think it was April time, when everyone was clamoring for Mysterio, the comic book Mysterio.
Yeah.
And Hasbro were going to re-release Mysterio as a case, so you could order cases of Mysterio.
Yeah.
And people I know In Demand put pre-orders up for it.
Yeah.
And it was meant to release in May, and end of April, like last week of April, they had to put a thing out cancelling all the orders, saying it's not happening. It's funny, like, they're losing money for the fact that there are so many things like Rogue, Comic Mysterio, Jubilee, Cyclops, like all figures that people want that no one can get anymore.
No, and it just drives the secondary market up ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, Rogues are going for 65 to 80 quid loose. I saw someone on one of the groups earlier had a thing, like the Fantastic Four thing, and I mean it had like the cloth shorts added to it and a display base, but it was on for 155 quid.
Oh, fuck's sake. I mean, yeah, it's a good figure and it costs like 30 quid at a time, but no.
Nothing you can add to that justifies £155.
No, not a chance.
But this is quite often what we get in the UK with the rare figures.
Yeah.
You pay for the nose for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's always the way, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a joke. It really is. I don't understand why they won't release more. You know, I guess that's the whole point of what we're doing. We're trying to show them that there is a market here. The amount of collectors that are here, we're trying to shine a spotlight on the UK side of this hobby that we love, in terms of not just photography, but the whole thing, collecting as well. And show you, look, guys, we're fucking here. There's tons of us, and it's growing. As big as it's growing in America, it's growing here as well.
Yeah,
more and
more. You notice more and more people are joining the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
I've noticed we've had quite a spike recently in people following us on Instagram.
Yeah.
To keep up with the news and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a growing market.
Mm-hmm.
More and more, and again, I know this. We're going to deal with this in a future episode, but I know the stigma seems to be dropping away.
Yeah.
From what, and 100%. I think a lot of that is due to the MCU success.
Yeah. Even just in being, I've always said that as well. In figures is one thing, but just in general, remember there was a time when liking this shit, right? This whole being a nerd in general, right? Not just sci-fi, but superhero side of things. It weren't that cool, and you weren't really comfortable opening up to someone about the things you like because you might feel like you get judged. Now it's flipped on its head, where if you don't like this shit, you're not cool.
No, true.
More random people who you would never thought would be fans of this stuff, especially the girls, the women, absolutely love it. And if you it opens you up, and you can go full bore, and it's like, oh well, fill them in on a little bit of backstory here and there, even if they're just a casual fan, but they still like it, and they're not going to look at you like a fucking loser anymore. They're actually going to be generally nodding along and be interested. And I guess the same thing goes with the figures as well. Right, for instance, our next artist of the week, the Alishka from Instagram, awesome artist, and obviously when we submitted the questions and we got the responses of how did you get into this hobby, and she said her husband was the main fan of it. She had no real interest in it, and it sort of was bled over, and now she absolutely loves this whole hobby. Not just the superheroes as well, comic books and the figures. And now she's pumping out awesome artwork, for it. And it's just crazy how much this is taking off. And you're right, in terms of collecting, that whole side of being a fan of what we're a fan of and wanting figures of the franchises that we love, in comic form or movie, is not being frowned upon anymore.
No.
You're missing the roll of the eyes.
Yeah.
This is it. We live in a world where 10 years ago, if you knew who Spider-Man was, you were a nerd. Yeah. Whereas nowadays, your mum knows who Captain America is.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I definitely think the MCU, the MCU's had a lot.
Yeah. Big time.
Well, yeah. So like I said, the MCU is the catalyst for
front, haven't they?
For how it's shown now.
Yeah. Because the parents will go and take their kids to see the movies. The parents will end up having a good time watching the movies as well. And then they'll go and buy the movies on DVD and Blu-ray. And then they'll all enjoy it as a family. And then, of course, they get to know the characters too. And it's just through that, then the kids will want to watch the cartoons and pick up the figures. And,
And I think the other big thing that I think is... and I know it's very frowned upon in a lot of us in the series collector world. But I think one of the biggest game changers for adult collectors' acceptance are Funko Pops.
Yeah, that's kind of bridged. Even though, Funko Pops, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
There is a lot of people that
a lot of people that seriously collect figures like we do would frown upon Funkos. But every time I'm in Forbidden Planet, you'll see, like, I see people coming in like business suits and briefcases.
Yeah.
Coming in and buying a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of people that would normally look down at you for buying what you buy
Yeah.
now have a big shelf of Funko Pops.
Yeah.
So
they'll have a display room.
Yeah. So, like, as much as we might despise them, they've completely changed the acceptance of.
You all make me sick.
Yeah. But Funkos, I think, have changed. Funkos and the MCU are the two biggest game changers in adult.
Mate,
I've probably got about 25 on one of my shelves because.
Get out!
I've got loads. Like
in my ear anymore.
The kids buy them for me though. Every Father's Day, birthday, Christmas, the kids will buy me a Funko Pop of something. Yeah. And I mean, in fairness, I like them. I think they're quite fun little things just to have on a shelf. And
some of them are quite as well. To be fair,
especially for lines that I would never collect, like a whole series of things. But you can have the odd.
Yeah.
And I love Back to the Future, but there's no decent unless you get the Hot Toys, which I'm not going to start spending like £300-400 on a figure.
We wish, folks. We wish.
Yeah.
But, no.
It's not happened. But I've got like a little Back to the Future setup in Funko Pops on one of the shelves that I think it's great. Like the kids bought me it, and I just love having them up there. Like they're great. Yeah. I've got a few Star Wars ones, and
they're ornamental. They make great gifts. They're cute as a button. Some of them can do that. And, it's bridging the gap in terms of getting people who weren't collecting in figurines, into, figures. This is technically still a figure. It may not articulate, but a statue is technically a figure. It's a representation of something that you're a fan of. Just the differences between us and them is that ours can move around. That's why, when McFarlane were posable statues. They had 2 or 3 points, and that's kind of a gap bridger. That was at a time when the stigma was at an all-time high, where I was comfortable collecting because they were technically display pieces that had that could move a bit, rather than a full-blown action figure, which was then considered still a toy. Now whole game is flipped, and as much as the deep hardcore, I don't like Funko, you're shit. These are bridging the gap. Getting people into the hobby.
Yeah. I look at it like, do you remember like the old drug posters when we were kids? I'd look at Funkos like marijuana. Like they will have that up as the gateway drug.
Yeah.
The gateway drug.
You start on these and it will lead into this.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, you've got shelves of SHF and Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
That's the Funko's new slogan.
Yeah.
Funko, the new gateway drug.
Yeah. It was literally I used to just collect nothing but DC, and my first Marvel anything were Funkos. Like the kids bought me the lineup from Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Like the Thor, the Hulk, the Cap, and the Iron Man. I had the Hulkbuster from the not the Loot Crate, was it? The Marvel Collector's Court box things I used to do.
That was a big one as well.
Yeah, and I've still got all those up on the shelf because I won't, because the kids bought me them. Like I won't get rid of them.
No.
But that then made me start looking at other things, and I got into collecting Legends from that point. In fairness,
yeah.
So it was my gateway into Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good, isn't it? And if it gets more people in and it gets them, collecting, and it helps us, who cares what you like?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And from what I've learned, and so I've been in a few online communities for various different things, and the figurine collecting, toy collecting community online, you got some twats, but 98% of them are fucking awesome. I haven't found this is the best community that I've happy to be a part of. Just in terms of Christ, look at this. Look at the situation we're in right now. You know, got mates that are chatting. You know, we've set this whole thing up because we met online through this hobby. You know, and you know, it's connection with the world. You know, most communities do, obviously, but this I've never met so many friendly people. You know, it's something you love. And just if anyone was hesitant in collecting or wanted to try and obviously getting into the community of collecting is a separate thing on its own. You could just be, you know, a collector on your own and that's it. You might not want to indulge with other people in it. But if you did, there isn't a friendly community out there, I don't think.
No. Unless you
know.
collect just Funkos and then you can fuck off.
Yeah, then it gets a bit savage.
Going sideways quickly.
Literally
Swiftly moving on.
advance from your gateway drug really quick.
Absolutely.
Buy yourself a Marvel Legends and you will never go back.
No, not at all. Man, if we had Marvel Legends as a kid, that would have been a game changer. But yeah, carrying on with how shit collecting is here in the UK in terms of buying anything. Karl, do you have anything that you really struggled getting here that America just seemed to have on every fucking corner shop on their country?
The easiest one to think of is the neck of turtles.
Sorry, we're not sliding past that.
Edit that out.
Yeah, no. Don't write it too long. Yes, I agree. The NECA Turtles, that obviously had a game changer this year, and we'll get into that in a moment. But 100% right. The NECA's limitations will only be able
That's
to
the
supply
biggest one, though, isn't it? I collect a lot of imports.
Massive.
So, and
the rest of the world.
I think if you do collect a lot of imports, you end up like with loads of different contacts. I know people in China. I've got some contacts in Japan, US, just so you can get hold of them. But the other thing is like Mezco, you know, the Gomez.
Yeah.
Trying to get hold of him in this country, in any kind of shop, because where I live in the southwest, the local are some Marvel Selects, and that's it. You know, they don't even. You know, they have nothing. It's because it's just not the demand for it. You know, I have to go to Bristol, which is the biggest city we have, to go to Forbidden Planet, if I want anything like that.
Yeah.
And I've got no choice. You know, there's nothing here. You know, there's no big toy retailers that will, or even some of the like the Walmarts or the Targets or whatever you have. You know, we have the Asda, which is still owned by Walmart, but they just don't have anything.
No, they get nothing.
Comparison.
In terms
they just get all the crap that they couldn't sell. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of regular supermarkets stocking toys, you know, they'll have a toy section. There would be all like really like, you know, scaled down kiddie stuff. Even our second biggest toy chain that we have here, that obviously now is the top one because in the competition's been knocked out in Toys R Us, which is Smith's. They stocked pretty much everything else under the sun other than Marvel Legends and DC stuff. And, you know, we would find... The entertainer's
not too bad for that, though.
Yeah, we'd find the odd couple of Walmart exclusives in the Asda if you could find a big enough one, which is, you know, owned by Walmart, which is our version here. And, of course, we've got different chains of supermarkets than what anyone else has. So they wouldn't show up. But... rolling on to Hasbro's nice little reveal, which I say nice until Todd Rectangular, bless him, he put up a very interesting comment, which I actually believe is 100% true as to why we're getting brand new repackaged baffless Marvel Legends, is basically a bunch of stock that wouldn't sell. Flog it in the UK for cheap.
Are you surprised at this, though?
No. I was like, it hit me. It was like a glass shattering moment. It was like, that makes sense. That's the kind of reaction I had.
But at the same time, say, I can understand, like, Captain Marvel did not sell well over here. Nope. Like, in my Forbidden Planet now, and I mean, say me and you are quite lucky. Like, you live in London, I live in Newcastle. We've got the two biggest Forbidden Planets in the whole of the UK. Yeah. In our cities.
Yeah.
My Forbidden Planet still has probably 12 Captain Marvel figures on the shelf.
Yeah.
Just sitting there peg warming.
Yeah. And now they've just released her in this single carded faction.
Yeah. That's going to be even Captain more. Marvel's on there.
Yeah.
Black Panther. I know there's 3 or 4 Black Panther's in my Forbidden Planet still.
Yeah.
And they've done this. But the new Spider-Man wave, they've got the Night Monkey stealth suit in it. And you can't get that for love nor money over here at the minute.
In the regular Marvel Legends form,
Yeah.
no, tough as hell.
But as I messaged you earlier, because I found one in Smith's, and I was walking around the store for about 10 minutes holding it, like taking photos of other stuff they had in there. I was like, it's the only one they had in there. I was like, I'm not putting it down. I'm keeping hold of this.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it and I was like, it's not got the extra head.
Mm.
So
They've
it's
cut back
missing
on
accessories.
Yeah.
And I really want like the goggles up head. So I just popped it on a random shelf just in case I want to go back to get it. It's not with the rest of them. It's like tucked away in a little corner behind some roadblocks. Don't
give too much away. Someone from your town might be listening to this.
No one listens to this. But it's like I think it's a bit of a rip that we're missing accessories from it. Like knocking the £5 off because you don't have a bath part is perfect. Because if you like, do you remember, if I buy a Marvel Legends, I sell the bath part. I'll sell it for like £4 or £5.
Yeah.
So it's spot on. But then to be missing accessories from it as well.
Yeah. They've done what I mean.
Cheeky, innit?
It's like what they've done with the Vintage Wave. They've re-released some of the figures with a different color change, but then like you don't get the extra hands or some shit, or just get one. Scaling it right back. They're little cheeky bastards they are. But and so they're starting to show up. So far, I've only seen. Shout out to Dan who actually for discovering that the news blew up. They're starting to. It looks like this is MCU at the moment. Haven't seen any others other than the 2 Spider-Man Far From Home figs, Captain Marvel and Black Panther. No doubt we will see others.
They've got my one had the Mark 50 Iron Man.
The Infinity War Iron Man.
The Quantum Suit Cap.
Oh, yes, yeah. So if you wanted a cheap Quantum Suit Cap, mainly because it comes with a pristine shield, I don't have to walk out 25 quid or over to get another shield if I wanted to make another broken one. It's going to be great for fodder, custom fodder. It's going to be great if you don't want the bath piece. Just you're going to be lacking in some accessories. That's literally what it is. And no idea yet whether they're going to crop up in any other countries. So far, they've hit us first. There's only been like 3 big shock waves of Hasbro Marvel Legends hit the UK out of the blue. One was the SPDR wave that they dropped here randomly, and the fucking community went nuts. Then it was Revealing Beast at MCM Comic Con last year. Thank you, Hasbro. My phone didn't stop going off for 4 days straight. And now this. So, we only get, we don't get, raindrops every time. We just get one giant fucking stone in the ocean.
Other one, at the minute, seems to be the Emma Frost, which has been peg warming in my Forbidden Planet and probably in yours for the last 2 months. That's just started showing up in the States. The black suit Emma Frost is only just started showing up in America.
And we've had it here peg warming for a while.
It's about 2 months now, I think it's been peg warming over here.
Damn.
Like, even now in
the States struggling.
I think the only thing other than bloody Captain Marvel that they've got more of at the minute in my Forbidden Planet is Emma Frost.
Well, there you go.
I think the other thing people want to understand about the UK and the comparison with the US is that you go into some of these US stores and you can buy, to Machinations, you can buy Mezcos off the shelf. It just doesn't happen here.
No,
unless you go into like a specialist store.
There's very few specialist stores that will stock import figures of that level. Like in my Forbidden Planet's got a few Mezco in, but so they're priced at like £95.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Which, if you're in America, you're looking at $120, $130.
Yeah,
for a standard release Mezco.
Yeah,
not for an exclusive. Well, like
standard,
just something that's like just released that, like, say Black Panther, that hasn't sold very well. If you walked into Forbidden Planet, it will still be in there for like £90.
Yeah,
which again, like $130. Like it's crazy what Unless you shop around over it. If you want to go into a brick and mortar store and actually physically pick it up in person, you're paying for that privilege.
Yeah, you will do. Yeah, I buy all my imports online. There's no point in shopping. There's no point in looking around anymore.
No.
It's just even with the Marvel Legends, to be fair, because there's few and far between around here. You might as well go online.
Yeah, you may as well. Like, I like buying my Marvel Legends in person if I can, because
I do.
Purely for the price level they're at, I'm expecting QC issues.
Yeah.
And if I can go through a peg of like Gambit to find the one with the best paint apps, I would much rather do that than take a chance ordering offline, because I'm not gonna slate a particular company, but I have ordered a few things from one particular company. The last 3 or 4 orders I've done have all had figures with QC issues that are noticeable. Like, you can pick the box up, look at it, and see that they've got QC issues, and yet they've still been packed and sent out.
Yeah.
So I'm much happier looking at it in person and knowing that's the best one that I can
you can get hold of them, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's all right if you do live in a big city or you live near a big city, but if you don't, you're screwed.
Yeah, like for you, it's a massive struggle. Like for us, Legends have got a lot better over here recently. Like, I know we've touched upon like a couple that have been really hard to get hold of, but generally, we've done a lot better over here.
They just take longer to come out over here. That's the only thing.
Because I often see they got the releases on like B&M, places like that.
British Home
Whereas
Stores,
if you go in my local B&M, there's nothing.
Yeah. Ignore me.
So you guys pick it up. I think Tom was looking a while back for Ghostbusters bits, because we just didn't have them in ours, but they had them in Tom's. It's just something stupid like that.
Not every branch of that particular chain will have everything in. Okay, that's the same in America, though. There are some rural areas in America that don't get everything. So I get that, but it's just like imagine.
I know a lot of people look at America like it's some fabled land where you'll walk into any corner store and they've got a peg full of rogues for a $5.
They grow them on trees.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, but there's no doubt. I think I would say, for me, if we were going to point at the biggest drawback of being a UK collector, is by the time we get our figures, every shot we've got in our head to do with them has been done.
Yeah.
And I know you touched upon it earlier, Ben, and that is, I think, the biggest drawback for me.
And also, easily, obviously, everyone's going to have similar ideas. And there's nothing wrong with taking the same, doing the same shot, different approach. I love seeing different people's versions, but it kind of just sucked the wind out your sails when someone's done the exact same shot that you want to do, and it's glorious. And you think, well, mine will never be that good. And they've just nailed it, and it kind of does suck the wind out of you. So you can't help that. You can say, oh, go for it anyway, different approach. Yeah, if it sucks the wind out of your sails, then it puts you off wanting to do that shot anyway.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Especially when it's based on certain comic book covers or panels. Generally, if we're doing stuff on that, they're really popular covers or panels that everyone wants to have a go at. Yeah. And in fairness, in ACBA, which we're all part of, is quite a good community for the fact that if you do something like that, you would shout out someone that's done it before.
Yeah, like inspiration.
Yeah, I'm inspired by this panel and respect for doing it as well. Yeah, it's all pretty good for that. But you don't want to. You want to be the first doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's understandable, isn't it? Like the NECA Turtles. We didn't have them released in general release in the UK yet. But so if you've got them, you've had to import them. But all the good shots, and I mean, some really fantastic shots out there, especially with the film, have been done.
Sorry.
So by the time, what was it, October, November, when they get released in the UK?
Yeah.
You just end up recycling some of the stuff that's already been done.
But there's very few shots that I can think of that some lanky bastard hasn't done already.
Yeah.
And
they're good shots. And they are really good shots. And you can't. Oh, some of Ben's shots, they look spot on. Some of them look just like the film cell. So when you look at thinking October when they come, just November when they come, you've got to try and do something like that. You think, what's the point?
Oh, I'm going to smash him into the fucking ground.
And you're going to do some of the photos.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. I kind of felt really good, and then I kind of felt bad with the, the one where Mikey and Donnie are sitting there. Pizza Dude's got 30-second shot.
That was fucking stunning.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I really do. It's just when I did it, I managed to nail it how that I was happy with, and I put it up there because I'd seen someone nail it out the park with the quarter scales, and I thought I'd not really seen anyone try and do it with the, because obviously America got theirs. I managed to luckily get mine from a friend in America, but it took ages getting here. So of course the people in America had all of theirs already, and I hadn't really noticed anyone try that one yet. They were doing all different shots and stuff, and I thought, okay, well I'll do mine. And then wham, it got featured on the ACBA podcast, and it was Colonel Cracker's Fabio who turned around and said, "This is what everyone's going to be trying to compete against. This is the first one. This is it. All right, you ain't topping this one." And I was like, "Oh wow, oh shit." Yeah, I got a lot of praise, and thank you all for that praise. Just now, I've got a bloody target on my head.
It's pressure, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
with that shot. Sorry, with that shot, you're not even competing against other people now. You're competing against yourself. Every shot you take is being measured against your own shot as well as anything else. That's
why I kind of gone for the simpler.
Success, aren't you?
Simpler scenes from the movie that I can pull off. The most complex one I did after that, obviously we're going back again, is the one where they're all playing Trivial Pursuit. Other than that, I've kept them pretty much like one in the frame. With I think the simplest one I've done was the close-up of Raph when he's caught Casey's baseball bat. And because that was easy to do, just some moss in the background, some lighting, and just the baseball bat right here. And that was it. Simple scene to try and replicate. Anything
but you remember it, don't you?
You remember it, yeah. Anything more daring than that is where you've really got to go big or go home. So in terms of, for me, everyone likes to make different angles. I love that when people like to take the scene and like their perspective is shifted slightly. Brilliant, love it. For me, I've got this bug up my arse where it's got to be as close to that particular still of the movie as possible, and I won't be satisfied until it is as close as possible. And that's why I try and do the scene blending, where if I can blend it in with the actual scene and then it just switches to the shot, then it looks like it's just come straight out of the movie. And that's a fun little challenge for me. As much as I like to try and make things different, keep it different, switch it up a bit, if I'm going to go 100% replica, I'm doing justice to that. I won't put anything subpar turtle-wise out there, especially if it's a scene reenactment or a scene recreation. I might surprise the hell out of you and just do something random with the turtles one day, which I intend to do one with Batman. Doing obviously Batman versus Turtles, but movie style with the movie figures, just random.
Yeah,
and I'll get back to.
I've got 3 or 4 ideas for that, but I'm waiting for that Mezco '89 Keaton Batman to drop.
Yeah, I won't do it. I'll let you have that, Tom. Don't worry.
But I've got a few ideas when I get them, but I'm going to try and base it on like the 90s cartoon.
Yeah.
Try and pull a few scenes from that off, but with the movie ones.
So that's a good thing to do. There's plenty of ideas and plenty of options. Everyone tries to gun for recreating scenes from the movie because obviously they're so photogenic. But yeah, if you do something different with them, and the stuff I've seen that is different has been awesome. I'm jealous because I want to try and do some different things with them. I'm just tunnel vision focused on movie recreation. But
you're nailing it, so it's not the end of the world.
That's that bug in my arse that I can't break away from. But yeah, so it's I think the only thing different, which I actually turned into a mug, which is also my banner of my YouTube channel, was when I made them all have a play with the little miniature versions of themselves from Kinder, and I thought it was just something fun to do. Made it a mug. But I agree. Going back to the whole, before we went on the digression, the turtles are a big example, and thankfully this year, obviously, as you all know, we had a bit of a breakthrough where NECA was able to get an international license, and we are eventually seeing those turtles here and other places in the world. And hopefully that stays, and it looks like it is staying. So the new stuff they've revealed, it's going to take a hell of a long time, but we will eventually get it here. So like Simon put up in Plastic and Paint that he got a big haul from Emporium of Cool, and that included some of the recent releases of the cartoon 2-packs. And I commented, I was like, dude, there was at some point that you were telling me you would never own any of these, and now look where you're at. You're owning them all, and the best ones too. And it's just a good time to be a fan. So things are changing for us here. It's just very slow. Still not going to stop us from moaning about it, because we would love to be on America. Yeah, it's what we do best. We love a good moan.
Especially about Plastic and Paint.
If anyone from Mason BA is listening to this, let him in the damn group.
Nah, fuck him. I don't want to be in it anymore.
I've tried inviting you about 10 times.
Yeah, you've invited me. Brandon's tried to invite me. I've been barred. I've obviously pissed off one of the admins, and I've been barred from the group. Is all I can assume. But after that whole shitstorm last year, I can't be fucked with the whole thing.
Oh yeah, with the Ant-Man shot.
Yeah.
Accusing you of stealing.
Yeah.
Grayskull. Yeah. Now that was bullshit. Everyone jumped on your defence on that, by the way.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's
a single defence, I don't think.
That's the sort of shit I can't be doing with anymore.
No, that's just attitude.
Toy group politics.
Yeah, exactly. We have our own set of politics. It does. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we've got an issue with getting into the UK.
I think we're getting better. That's
we are
the best thing about it.
Yeah.
It's taken a while.
Yeah.
But things are slowly improving. There's
money to be made here. That's it.
Yeah, like Super 7, say, like with the new Thundercats and whatnot. We're getting them over here, and for pretty much less than we would have to pay than what we'd have to do before, which was order it from America and import it.
Yeah,
and then we pay for the customs charge.
Yeah, if we import from other countries, which we often have to do, we have to pay for the figure, we have to pay for the shipping, then we get the customs charge on top.
Yeah.
And customs charges in the UK are based on not only the price of the figure, but on what you paid for shipping.
Yeah,
it's all lumped in together. So if you pay
what's the
50
cost
quid for a figure.
What's the cost of the for an import then, Ben?
Depends. Oh yeah, depends on what it is. I've had some that are literally pennies, and I've had some that are actually more than what I paid for the figure and shipping.
And
I've had some where I haven't had to pay a damn thing. I've even had to pay imports just by ordering in a head cast. You know, that's
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's tricks around it by like marking it as a gift and like for 20 quid and shit. But tiny little accessories, and I've had to pay a fucking import fee for it. And I was like, you're a joke.
It's just
joke.
ridiculous.
So I mean, fuck knows what's going on with everything, like, you know, with this. We're not going to get into it, but like, you know, Brexit, and if we get this free trade deal with America, maybe that will change things in terms of customs charges. I have no idea. I'm just hoping one day all of that gets resolved. You know,
there's a site that I order from in Japan that I turned Karl onto as well, which I won't mention because obviously it's a little bit.
You turn Karl on.
I always turn Karl on, but
easily.
I turned him onto this site, and like this is where I got my Mafex Venom from there. And they mark it up like the total value on the package was 2,000 yen.
Which is what?
Which, bear in mind, I think the figure cost
about 30 quid, isn't it?
8,500 yen.
Yeah.
But it's marked up as 2,000 yen, so I didn't pay any import taxes whatsoever. It just popped up with Royal Mail today, and that was that.
And they're really consistent. They do it for all of them, don't they?
I've never paid an import charge with them.
Beats the shit out of Ami. I'm always paying custom charges.
I always pay custom charges. Anime export.
Mm-hmm.
Anime export. The first 2 or 3 times I ordered from them, I got away with it. Next time I ordered the Mafex Joker, the Suicide Squad one in the purple coat. 35 quid. I got hit with a charge for that. And I was just like, I've ended up paying more for this than I would have if I'd have bought it from the UK.
Yeah.
Like
That's
with the
ridiculous,
charges.
isn't it?
Nippon Yasin. I've shopped with them. I just can't remember if I've been hit with a custom charge from Nippon Yasin.
I think Nippon are usually quite good.
You can go for the postage, though, can't you? That includes the cost of an import.
Yeah, the option.
Which is what I've done. Although since Tom put me onto that company, I've not used anybody else because it's just no point.
Are we actually going to reveal the name of that company, or are we going to keep it a secret?
And so I'm going to keep it a secret for now because I don't want to. The more people that use it, the more chance there is of the customs catching on to what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're a fairly popular site on eBay.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of people. If you follow me on like social media, you'll have seen me post about them anyway.
Yes.
But
so follow us on our social medias, and you will find out all.
Yeah. But if you can find the right company, you can save a decent bit of money.
Yeah.
I mean, if I say you save, like I haven't paid much less for Venom than I would have if I'd have ordered them from the UK.
Yeah.
I've just saved myself about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Isn't it? You pay the same price, but you get it sooner.
If you want to do reviews and things like that, that 3 or 4 weeks can be essential.
Yeah, in terms of timing. Like, for instance, a good deal. I'm still surprised I actually managed to do this on eBay of all places. But obviously, with NECA, obviously getting the license, we won't see these for a little while yet. But I was able to get, not through a friend or contact. I actually went through eBay, and I thought I was going to have to pay through the roof of these. And I actually found a damn good deal, which would only brought me up a little bit more than what I would have paid if I had actually had a friend was successful in getting them and then shipping them over, including the customs charge. The total payout, the whole total that I paid on eBay, the sum total you clicked on buy it now, included the shipping and the customs duties and the taxes. Good. And overall, that price was literally about 20 to 30 quid, maybe a 20 to 25 quid more than the total combined, predictably, that I would have to pay had I gotten them through the pre-sale and then them shipped it over and then been hit with a customs charge. So that was a good deal to me, just because I saw, okay, it weren't like £100 more. You know, like only like 25 quid, and now I could justify it. It's like, well, if that's it, then I went for it. So the secondary market can be a bitch. If you look hard enough, if you're patient enough, sometimes you get those little gems. They're an absolute bargain. And I consider that a bargain, considering the inflation on these at the moment. But, you know, so there are ways around it. It's just got to hunt, do the hunt, and you will be rewarded most of the time. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to contribute on the site. I can't think of anything else that we have trouble with. Oh no, I do want to touch about, like, in terms of improvements. Obviously, it's only recently the Mezco have decided to do international shipping direct from them. You know, direct from them. So there's always been like they have pre-sales on certain figures. They have stupid allocations to how many per household. But like if they have a pre-sale, or if something's going up that you can buy from them, we can get it internationally now, which is very, very good.
Which is taking a long time.
Yeah.
If you need any spare parts, you know, like if anything comes and it breaks, that's good.
Have they opened up their QC department to us as well, international?
I think if you buy from them,
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's the thing with Mezco has always been, unless you buy from them, they're not interested.
Yeah. You have to go through your company, and it just gets. You have to pay for them to send it back and all sorts.
Yeah. That's fair enough. So, yeah, that's cool. So Mezco is another one that's starting to come around. I don't think there's many that are just strictly US now. They've still got some exclusives that are strictly US, and then eventually down the line they will become international. Unless
there's money to be made over here. That's the thing. There's a hell of a lot of collectors, and there's a lot of money to be made in the UK.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
Absolutely. You know, I just open the doors to us, and you'll see just how big the market is over here. 100%.
Yeah.
You know,
and especially when you look at the toys, and I know we've just, you know, we're looking at leaving Europe and all that, but most of the toys that we're on about are imports.
Yeah.
Not from Europe, but
No.
from other places. So, you look along those lines. If they manage to secure a deal that way, like through the US or China,
Other
there's
free
that.
trade deals with other countries outside of them. Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be on a plus side, for
I
us.
guess that might be easier for the distributors then, as a market way of getting them in. Because obviously we don't know how the companies themselves see it, in terms of it could be the biggest headache on earth trying to ship to a sense. Well, they don't. I don't know. It may be the case. Just guessing here, and we're moaning, but we don't know. Unless you chat to them on Twitter. But yeah, I guess if more deals come along with other countries, then it might be easier for them to distribute internationally, and we might start seeing more pop up in the UK.
Possibly. But I mean, I know like a lot of places like Hasbro are moving out of China now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
Into Taiwan and Indonesia, and whether that, I know there's been a little bit of a dip in quality lately with Legends. Which is ironic because like their face printing has gone up and up and up. So every time you get you look at the face and you think that is really, really good, but then you move a joint and it's really gummy.
Yeah.
And the plastic's really soft, and it's like the quality on that is starting to dip a little bit. And whether that's when they're in their transition from moving or not, I don't know. But
yeah,
we shall see.
Yeah, we should see. All time will tell.
But we're getting better.
Yeah.
The UK it's looking up, but like Karl said, very slowly.
And the online retailers that we do have here are getting more and more of the things in that we didn't think they would be able to get in, like In Demand, comics and cocktails, toys in the attic. Toy trash is ideal for imports. UK based
we got
anyway.
Emporium McCool,
Toys-R-Us.
Toys-R-Us are great if you want loose Legends.
Yeah, they sell them singly, so they'll split up the packs and you can buy them singly.
That's the best thing. If you want a 2-pack, like the 2-pack, like we were talking earlier, the Colossus and Juggernaut 2-pack.
Yeah.
They split those, so you can buy a single Colossus or a single Juggernaut. If you've already got the Bath Juggernaut, you just want a Colossus. Yeah. That's the place to go.
Good.
Or like what you did with Tom with the Riders, where you got the Captain American bike, but you just got the bike. They sold the bike on its own.
Yeah.
Which is handy. So the stuff like that.
That's a great store for that sort of thing. So online, we're kind of spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
Really.
Absolutely.
But we're at the point where you wait for it. Like I still haven't got my 80th cap, the 80 years cap.
Still waiting for that.
I pre-ordered. Yep. I've got the whole, got the Thor, got the Iron Man. Still waiting for Captain America. And a couple of bases in the UK got them as import stock, but any UK allocation still hasn't shown up.
No.
Yeah.
There's still speed bumps. Still some waiting around to do. Obviously, like the Endgame cap, I was obviously exclusive in America. We get that, but of course, we got given like a handful in a bag to share out between the entire UK. So as soon as they went, and you cannot get them for love nor money unless you want to jack up 100 quid on eBay. Well done on that one, Tom.
You know it.
Yeah, he flogged his one. No, yours was obviously fully customized with including a broken shield, so that is justifiable. I'm still staggered that someone paid that, but fuck it, I would be tempted to see how much I get for mine, but there's just no way I know if I'm selling mine. Where it is. No.
But in fairness, I only sold mine because I'm waiting for my 80 years cap to turn up. Because as you know, I'm a comic collector, not an MCU. I only bought the MCU one to do the Broken Shield challenge.
Yeah.
But my bloody comic one still hasn't turned up.
For fuck's sake.
Now you're capless.
I have no cap in my collection. I'm fuming. I nearly bought one of the old Toy Biz face-off ones the other day just to have something to put on the shelf.
Well, you not long ago had this one. I think it's glorious.
Oh, I haven't even opened that.
Oh, yeah.
I've got it sat in a box. It's like, I don't know if to sell it or open it, and I know I'm going to have to, I need to modify Peggy's skirt so she can actually move.
Yeah. I know, obviously this is limited because it's a dedicated era-based, it's World War II version.
Yeah.
It's not like a standard cap.
Which I'm fine with the cap. In fairness, I don't mind the lack of movement on cap because it's designed to be like it's just the peggy. I'm gonna have to put splits in the skirt to get leg movement. And the minute I do that, if I do that and then decide I don't want it, I'm screwed because I can't sell it with splits in the skirt because no one's going to buy it.
No.
Because Marvel Legends collectors are a fickle lot.
You know who you are.
So
yeah, I've got my. To be fair, I've only broke out the cap. I've still got Peggy in the box.
I may end up breaking it out because I mainly bought it for Peggy. In fairness, because when the 80 years cap turns up, I think it would look quite cool doing a few shots with Peggy.
Yeah.
And I think that's bar the skirt. I think it's a really good figure. And I think with the skirt mod, which I first saw Marty McCusker do, with the splits at the side so you can actually move the legs around a bit better, I think that'd be a great figure.
And I've seen people do
a variety of shots.
Yeah, do some awesome things with that cap. Obviously, like add the straps. What do you call it? Adam Smith, where he did the leather gloves and boots and made him look like more ultimate cap. It was an awesome kit bash.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Adam Smith still done the best Captain America shot that I've ever seen to this day, and he done it a few years ago. The one with the shield effect, where he's got the shield bouncing through the whole scene.
We'll pop it up on the screen for you. Yeah, where it's like 4 or 5 shields just bouncing off about 10 different enemies.
And it's literally the best Captain America shot I've ever seen.
And it's an
no
overhead
one has beaten it. Yeah,
and overhead shots normally don't work.
No, he nailed that one completely.
Definitely.
Yeah,
so, but it's rare for him not to nail a shot. In fairness, so he's
one of them.
He's damn good.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. Yeah. Oh dear. So I think I don't know if there's anything else to.
No, I think we've pretty much covered how shit it is over here. We've played our tiny violin more than enough for the evening.
But there is a tiny little ray of light to go along with it also, and it's slowly but surely getting brighter. The future's bright, but it's the very far future. It's the near future, whatever it's called. It's miles away yet. We'll be 40 years old before everything becomes.
Well, I ain't got long to go then. Happy days.
I know I've only got 5 years myself.
But in fact, we're getting there, and I think as long as we can keep showing them that there's a market here, that's all we need. We need to just keep showing that the UK is a place that needs this stuff. Like, just keep representing what we do, and
and I think it's happening as well. It's definitely happening. We're getting contact from other people as well, from the States and stuff. Asking to get in contact with us, and we're Plastic Action UK. You know that they want to get over here. They want to break this market, and we that's the thing. We know this. Using our social media and our website and our connections, that might be the way in.
Yeah, that's the whole point. One of the big things we like to try and do, and is to network the UK and on where to go. If you want, people want to know where Dios or who's soft good makers or who's a customizer, who's a head painter, but you don't have to pay for someone in the States to do it. Trying to network the community here, so you know where to go.
We've got some fantastic, dio makers and customizers out there. Not you two guys, but someone else.
Look at that. You fucking grow a beard and suddenly you think you're the man.
Always been the fucking man. You remember that?
Yeah, you wish.
You just look like one now, Karl.
You don't look like a 40-year-old lesbian anymore.
Fucking hell. There's a fucking image of that. I won't keep it off. Just that. I won't be keeping that in the bank for later. We're like.
Oh. Uh-oh. You've gone too far now, Karl. Yeah, on that, I think we'll wrap it up. That is it from us and our moaning, and we'll let you get back to your everyday lives. I hope to see you in the community again, but that is it from us. Let's go around the board. You know where to find us, all our social media links for the site, for the YouTube channel, which you're obviously on if you're watching this. Hit that subscribe button, please, and give this one a like. It all adds up, especially with YouTube change things now again, and making it even tougher for any content to actually get ahead. Any
toy-related content now is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. they keep changing the damn algorithm. They keep changing this. They keep changing that.
Oh, they've changed it from the algorithm, haven't they? To it's to do with advertising toys to children now. There's a whole different thing that's come in. So
because
anything
they got fined, and they're taking away comment sections. They're taking away likes, numbers, and
so
a lot of people are going to lose a lot of income.
Without trying to sound desperate, we kind of do need help. If you like the stuff, show you like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just even I know it's easy to. Yeah, I know it's easy just to end the video, stop it, but if you could hit that like button on your way out, we'd really appreciate it, and the subscribe and notification bell, and just that whole trifecta would be great. All our social media links will be in the description and popping up on the screen as I say so. Individually, you can find us, and I'll go around the board. Tomo, where can we find you?
You can find me at Toy Art 2 or Tom's Dioramas. Take your pick, or go for both on Instagram. Preferably go for both because I'm a whore for likes.
Follow him. And you're also on the Infinite Articulation podcast.
Yeah, Infinite Articulation podcast every Sunday night at 8 p.m. UK time. Is it 8 or is it 7? I can't remember now. I need to remember because it's only 2 days. I think it's 7 p.m. Or is it 8? I can't remember. I literally can't remember at the minute.
Just don't do anything in those 2 hours.
I've got so many things going on, it's hard to remember. But we do that every Sunday evening, so make sure to follow that. Check out the Facebook group for that as well to contribute to our weekly questions. Yeah.
And Carlos, yourself, sir.
You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. That's plastic_action. Just check out some of my shots, check out what I'm doing, and also crack onto the website. Get on there because we're updating content all the time. We've got our Instagram feed on there, so that's keeping up to date with all the news, everything that's going on. That's it. That's for me. That's invaluable because Tom is our newsman. He is his finger on the pulse, and if he doesn't know it, nobody knows it.
Yeah, we'll try and be as quick as we can on the news, on our social medias and the website. You might get a little nod, a picture, and some like, oh, look at this. And then you might find full details on the website, so more places to go. And you might get lucky and get a new breaking news video from moi with some lovely sexy voiceovers.
So, Ben, where can we find you, buddy?
Oh, yeah, you're going to need to find me, ain't you, as well?
I suppose we may as well.
Well, if you're not doing anything and if you're not busy, then why don't you go check out Project Piper Customs on Instagram, Facebook, and I've got my own YouTube channel, mixing it up with various bits and bobs. If you could do the whole subscribe Fandasco on that would be appreciated. And if I'm working on both, so if you're not finding me there, you'll find me on here, find me everywhere. And so Project Piper Customs on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks a lot. And that will wrap it up for all of us. Thank you very much for watching and listening and putting up with our groveling moans. But there'll be more of that to come, won't there? So,
yes.
Then stay easy, stay breezy, and we'll see you later. Plastic Action.
Guys.
Out. Bye.